most of the students who come into management school, they have that dream that I want to get into a consulting role. It does look lucrative to a lot of people because, it pays big bucks, flashy lifestyle, if you can say so. You travel a lot, so on and so forth, but it's not everyone's cup of tea. But having said that, there are several other roles. The way I see the industry, right now there are career options available everywhere. You just need to grab it.
The entire thing, like anything you do throughout the day is just case prep. You're practically waking up and sleeping thinking of solving estimates because that's how you need to basically surround yourself. That mindset has to switch.
How to prepare for careers in 2026, especially if you are an MBA student. In today's video, we sit with BITSoM students who have secured their PPO. We also sit with Siddhartha sir, who is the head of career services at BITSoM. And we speak about careers, placement realities, and how one should go about navigating their careers in 2026. This conversation is free-flowing. It will be interesting. So watch till the end because you will find a lot of value in this video. Okay, hello guys. Nice to meet you. I'm coming at BITSoM after a while now. And nothing has changed. Probably the sky looks more clearer today. And good to see you. I'm meeting all of you for the first time. So for our audience, why don't you introduce us?
So my name is Sadanand and I am a mechanical engineer. Before coming to BITSoM, I did my mechanical engineering, and post that I worked as a product development engineer in TE connectivity. And my areas of expertise was designing connectors and sensors for household appliances. Post spending 4 years at TE connectivity, I decided to do an MBA. And that's when I joined BITSoM.
Hi, so my name is Riya Arolkar. I have about two years of experience in corporate banking. So prior to MBA, I was working at ICICI Bank. Post that, I joined BITSoM, and at BITSoM, I interned with the Aditya Birla Group, so as part of the GenMan program.
Yes, over to you, sir.
My name is Siddhartha Nagar. I joined BITSoM as the VP and Head of Industry Partnerships and Career Services. I come with 20 plus years of industry experience, a lot of global roles across the world. I'm enjoying what I'm doing so far.
Right. How does it feel like to be with students again all over?
Amazing. I mean, the energy that we see with the students is mind-boggling. The other thing is the curiosity to learn is something that the world needs today, the industry needs today. Yeah, I think we are at a beautiful juncture and cusp of technology, management, artificial intelligence, a lot of energy together. I think that's what is the recipe for success.
Yeah, over to you.
Hi, so my name is Vaishnavi Ahuja. I have 3 years of work experience at a company called Duff & Fads in Valuations, after which I decided to do my MBA. I interned at the McKinsey & Company group, and I will be joining that.
As you told, we are at a very interesting juncture of technology, and a lot of things are being implemented. Probably like students will need to prepare themselves accordingly. So what are some of the things that on top of your mind comes to you when you see the placement students? What are recruiters expecting students to be a little different or to know a little different compared to what they were probably a year or two ago?
Look, we are at times where industry is changing and transforming very fast, right? So what was applicable and what was relevant 2 or 3 years back isn't relevant anymore. So in all our conversations with our industry leaders, what's coming very evidently is, we are looking at talent. One thing for all of us to understand, there is no way that we can survive in the industry without an understanding of technology, right? So every industry is being transformed by technology, right? So understanding of technology and being comfortable with applications of technology is absolutely critical. So what the industry is looking for is someone who understands technology, someone who understands what business is and how it works, right? What functions connect with each other. And at the same time, the way AI is transforming everything, right? Having an awareness of that and how I can leverage artificial intelligence into the business construct. If someone is able to connect these 3 dots, in today's world, that's what most of the companies and industry partners are looking for.
Correct. That's very interesting. So I'm just curious. So while you were doing your MBA journey at BITSoM and while you were preparing for your interviews, did anything stand out as such that in any particular class or any particular facilities that BITSoM offers you that really help you sharpen your business acumen as well as the awareness of technology and then present yourself in an interview in a better way?
So there was this one, like a course that we do which is called Winning at the Workplace. So it teaches us a lot of real life skills. We had a class on presentation skills. So we were actually told to stand in front of a class and present on a topic that was given to us 5 minutes before.
Okay.
So that was something that taught us, or specifically helped me to, be more comfortable in public speaking, especially when you're presenting your work in your internship.
From the WOWs, I can remember one WOW which was named Work Efficiency Essentials, and that is basically a speed level crash course on how to use Microsoft Office suite to the fullest. So most of the big companies that we see, they have Microsoft Office integrated, and also BITSoM has Microsoft Office integrated. So that course, it was like a masterclass from someone who was a Microsoft certified teacher, and he instructed all of the students how to use the tools more efficiently and how to use the Copilot that is built in. So that is something that helped me really in my internships.
That's very interesting, and thank you for bringing that up, But again, I have a follow-up to that question. So was it relatively easier for you because you had some technical background, or how does BITSoM level the field here for others who come from a non-tech background?
So like just something I'd add to their answers before. So I really like the way they structured the courses. Like, when it comes to our internship season generally starts first year September. And you go to your internship at the end of the year. I come from a commerce background, but say for somebody who comes from like a tech and engineering background, you ensure that in the first couple of months, like in the first 3 months, you're covering all your major streams, which is like you do your accounts, you do your corporate finance, you do your stats, you do your business applications of AI, you do your operations. Now, operations and stats was something I had never touched earlier. That really helped me for my internship prep as well as during my internship, because I had like a lot of data crunching work. So I feel this sort of structure helps us for our prep as well as our internship.
Also, sir, talking about expectations then also, monetarily, have you spoken to people who had X number of increment or increase over the last CTC or something like that, right, from the first job they do after an MBA?
Fair question. A lot of students do have that thing in mind, right? That I was earning X pre-MBA, then I need to earn at least Y, which is significantly more than X post-MBA, and which is, a thing to consider. But I wouldn't harp too much into it. Having seen the industry, having grown my own career, I would rather, have students who are eager and hungry to learn. The other thing to keep in mind is, what you do immediately after your MBA is not going to really define your career. Right? What's really going to define your career is how you, after taking that first step after your MBA, how you take your next steps, right? The organization that you enter post your MBA, right? In all probability, that's not going to be the last organization that you work for, right? And what steps you take after that, right? How much you invest in your continuous learning, how much you invest in your skill development, how much you invest in, staying up to date with what's happening out in the industry. That's what will determine your career trajectory. And as long as you are in alignment with all of that, right, your discussions on ROI and everything, that will take care of itself.
Beautiful. I want to kind of right now steer the conversation to some role-specific questions that I have for students. I'm sure, now after listening to Sir's answer, we are now reflecting on our own decisions. Like I personally did. I'm sure you guys did too. Can you just run me through your journey? For example, you started off with something else and now you're orienting your career elsewhere. What were some of the asymmetrical bets that you took personally?
So like I said, I'm a mechanical engineer, and the first thing that I remember doing, which is not related to my domain, was take a programming class. So I took programming and engineering, and I did programming classes before joining engineering. I knew that I'm not going to maybe get into IT consulting job or a IT services job, but I wanted to do that just to have some inter-domain knowledge, so to say. And post my BTech, the first bet I could say that I took was moving away from Maharashtra and settling in Bangalore for 4 years. Initially, like Sir said, it was very, I could say, it did not make sense. Why am I going there? I could have had better jobs in Mumbai, Pune, or somewhere else. Or I could have waited for another company on campus and applied to it was just a scenario that it's only company that came on campus for a Bangalore role, and the company was good and applied, and I got selected till the end. And the thing that kept running in my mind was, why did I choose it? I could have gotten a better role or a better company in my hometown or maybe in Maharashtra. But in hindsight, I think it played a big role in me understanding how different cultures work, and that helped me gain an perspective, so to say, on how to orient yourself when you are in an organization. So you can't just say my way or the highway. You have to accommodate for people, and you have to accommodate for different ideas that might be thrown at you. And the second bet I have taken is BITSoM. Let's see how that pans out.
So far, so good for you.
So fun, so good, yes. Just wanted to quickly run through the prep phase that goes into, like, let's just say you are in your last sem now. How does it look like? What are you doing? Where does your time go?
So specifically for like a consulting interview, there's a lot of case prep that goes behind it. So we usually have other consulting companies coming in around September. We get a lot of case books, and BITSoM as well creates a case book of its own. So you sit with, let's say, 2 or 3 people and have one will be an observer, one will be the interviewer, and you actually practice case prep and how to solve a case very structurally with top-down communication. So the prep usually for most people lasts between 2 months to 3 months for some people, and gets more rigorous once the shortlists are out, and then the entire thing, like anything you do throughout the day, is just case prep. You're practically waking up and sleeping thinking of solving estimates, because that's how you need to basically surround yourself. That mindset has to switch.
Interesting. And just interested to know, since BITSoM is a brand, and any hand-holding you get or any thing you get from the faculties or from the placement team so that it really gives you the edge?
For the placement team specifically, we work with the students a lot to try and get resumes in place. So that starts right off the bat. And specifically about our seniors, we've gotten a lot of help from our seniors just to understand what exactly would the interview look like, because when you're in that situation, you're very stressed. So to have some sort of prep or understanding beforehand is always helpful. So even for AVG, I'm sure our seniors have been very kind to help us throughout.
BITSoM has this motto, collaboration over competition. And also this is where I think all the teams and committees also pitch in, where, so for me, I was broadly looking at consulting and the marketing and gen man roles. So they either, come up with transcripts from the earlier batches, or like how consulting has a casebook. Even marketing club comes out with their casebooks. Then we go through multiple transcripts, we go through their cases, and so on and so forth. We read industry primers. That's how we do our prep. Holistic.
Perfect. So far, a very insightful conversation. I just wanted to ask a couple of more questions on the closing note. What are some other options apart from consulting roles that students should probably eye out for a long-term lucrative career, which they are not probably looking into it right now?
Like how you framed your question, other than consulting, because most of the students who come into management school, they have that dream that I want to get into a consulting role, and while that's lucrative, it's important to understand that that's not the only career option that's out there. It does look lucrative to a lot of people because it pays big bucks, flashy lifestyle, if you can say so. You travel a lot, so on and so forth, but it's not everyone's cup of tea. People fail to acknowledge and understand at this juncture of the career. But having said that, there's several other roles. The way I see the industry, right now there are career options available everywhere. You just need to grab it, right? I have seen experienced students coming from engineering backgrounds making it big in the investment banking. Product management is such a growing field. Lot of these GCC capabilities which are being built in India today, right? A lot of global decisions are being made by Indian leaders, right? In terms of product roadmap, new product lineup. So all these huge MNCs who have India set up, the products are being developed in India. So that's another interesting field. There are, as I said, there are opportunities everywhere. And, again, if you have a little bit of understanding of applications of technology, you can, again, supercharge your career.
Okay, on a closing note, we'll have a quick rapid fire. We'll start with Sir. Freshers in placements, disadvantage or myth?
Myth.
Okay, and why do you say so?
Because there are a lot of opportunities. It's all about how you learn and are able to demonstrate what you bring to the table.
To Vaishnavi, one mistake you made during interviews?
Getting too stressed and over-rehearsing, because sometimes when you're doing so many cases, it's sort of, when you're closer to the date, you get overwhelmed. So maybe pacing things out better.
Interesting. One role that surprised you this year?
Lot of AI native companies.
To Riya, what's one placement prep ritual that you swear by?
It has to be like mock interviews with seniors and your peers. So I think you can correlate that to like how you do a lot of CAT mock tests.
Yeah.
So I don't think you should fear by or restrain yourself from giving mock interviews, because it's very crucial, because your seniors have gone through this entire process in their past year. So yeah.
So Sadanand, one skill every BITSoM student must build early.
I would say there are two: storytelling with data and problem solving. So problem solving you build through solving cases, talking to your peers, and having a specific domain prep. And storytelling with data is necessary because when you actually start working, you will get lots of raw data, you will get lots of insights that are in form of a data. So you will need to structure it, you will need to make sense of it. So I think that those two are the very core skills that to have.
Perfect. Thank you so much for your time. I had a lovely conversation. I'm sure this video will be helpful for a lot of aspirants who will be watching this. That's it for the video, guys. If you have any more questions, feel free to comment them below. We'll try our best to get them answered. Also, if you're interested to know more about BITSoM and the courses that they offer, do check out the link in the description and in the pinned comment. See you in the next video. This is Saif, signing off.